Yes, sir. It's your boy Snake Eye. Bomb First TV checking in. First off, salute to that notification military for dropping them bombs on that light. First up, make sure you hit that bell to get notified every time we drop it. Let's roll right into it, Bomb First Nation. We got a sickening story to talk about today. Family accused of holding woman captive, forcing her to eat mom's ashes. Federal authorities said 5 people of a Louisiana family committed violent and sickening crimes against a relative with autism. A federal grand jury here has indicted 5 family members of the alleged abuse of a woman with autism who investigators say was beaten, sexually abused, and forced to eat her mother's cremated remains. How sickening and crazy you gotta be to do another human being like that. Let's keep rolling, Bomb first. A graphic federal indictment filed in court Thursday accuses Raylene Nope, 42, her husband Terry Nope Jr., 45, and their adult children Taylor Nope, 20, Bridget Lambert, 21, and Jody Lambert, 23, of committing numerous atrocities against a female relative. The graphic details described may be disturbing to some of my listeners, but let's roll right into it. Get the kids out the room. Authorities said the victim, a 22-year-old woman who has not been identified, has autism and other disabilities. She is related to Raylene Nope and moved into a mobile home in the Amite, Louisiana area with the Nopes after the 2015 August death of her mother, the court documents allege. Soon after moving in with the Nopes, the woman was allegedly piled with drugs including methamphetamine and subject to physical violence, psychological, and verbal abuse, according to the document. What's wrong with the Nope family? They are some sick motherfuckers. The indictment accuses the woman's alleged tormentors of subjecting her to numerous despicable acts, including forcing her to eat dog feces, lick soiled underwear, and simulate sexual acts with a jalapeno pepper. Raylene Nope, the court documents allege, was exceptionally cruel. On one occasion, Raylene ordered the woman to open an urn containing the woman's deceased mother's ashes, pour the ashes into a bowl, and eat the ashes with a spoon as Raylene, Terry, Jody, and Taylor stood nearby watching and laughing. The indictment read. The victim vomited several minutes after consuming the ashes. The indictment further accuses the Nopes of commanding the woman to perform household chores in a demeaning fashion. Examples cited in the court documents include forcing the victim to use her tongue to clean up a spill on the kitchen floor, clean the residence with a toothbrush, cut the grass in the yard using scissors, cleaning out the septic tank without gloves, tools, or protective clothing. Its assigned chores were not completed. If the assigned chores were not completed, she was denied food. The indictment alleges she was allegedly confined to a locked 6 by 8 foot outdoor cage at night and given a bucket to use as a toilet. Accusations of physical abuse are made throughout the court document. One occasion, the woman was allegedly struck with a hammer, fracturing bones in one of her hands. On another, she was allegedly shot with a pellet gun, causing pellets to lodge under her skin. Authorities said the victim was regularly called stupid and retarded and was ordered to several occasions to strip naked and make sexual advances to men who visited the family. Terry Nope is also accused of withholding the victim's Social Security benefits. The documents allege family members would hold the woman's head underwater as she struggled to breathe. Oh my goodness. And on at least one occasion dumped buckets of urine and feces on her. The family did not allow the victim to shower or use soap to clean out the human waste, the indictment alleges. This is sick. I got the videos. I'm not going to talk to you too much about it. I got several videos pertaining to this. Hit that bell to get notified every time we upload. The world is sick, y'all. Yes, sir.
In South Louisiana, arrest 5 people after a 22-year-old autistic woman is found living in a cage outside their home. The makeshift shelter consisted of a blue tarp draped over a cage that resembled a dog kennel. A 5-gallon bucket was provided as a bathroom. She was found malnourished and covered in insect bites. Investigators said the suspects were planning to prostitute her to multiple men for money. Those arrested are charged with human trafficking and cruelty to the infirm, but could face more charges. For juveniles were also removed from the home.
4 Louisiana residents face possible life sentences after allegedly imprisoning and abusing an autistic woman, including making her eat the cremation ashes of her late mother as they laughed. Prosecutors say the 22-year-old victim was kept in a cage outside the Tangipahoa Parish home. Other alleged abuses included being burned with a cigarette lighter, shot with a BB gun, and having human waste from the septic tank dumped on her. Prosecutors say 2 of the suspects, Terry Nope and his wife, Raylene, planned to force her into prostitution. Terry's 20-year-old daughter and Raylane's 23-year-old son also face charges. All 4 face possible life sentences. Another of Raylane's daughters is charged with forced labor conspiracy. She's not pictured here. Prosecutors say the victim is a relative of Raylene. The victim and her mother had lived with the defendants until her mother's death in 2015. Matt Uris for CBS Local News.
And that was what she had to lay on.
Rocky Stewart stares in disbelief at the cage where a 22-year-old autistic woman was held for nearly a year, threatened with her life if she tried to escape. Hidden under branches, plywood, and tarps, the victim lived like an animal, locked away in a cage, a bucket for a toilet, a bucket to drink from.
This girl was eat up with the mosquitoes, the bugs. It's horrible. I mean, the damn dog got treated better than she did.
5 people arrested, charged with cruelty to the infirmed and human trafficking. Sheriff Edwards saying the victim had been forced to perform sex acts on others.
They also had planned to bring her to another specific location for the purpose of her performing sexual acts on a large group of people in exchange for them, the captors, being paid money.
When she was found, the young woman was covered in insect bites, malnourished. She had lost more than 60 pounds during her captivity. And apparently, she is related to some of those arrested for this shocking crime.
I don't want to give you the exact relationship because it may help you determine who the victim is, but they are related.
Sheriff Edwards says the scene on Rushing Road drives home the point. Human trafficking is now everywhere, and sadly, too, in Tangipahoa Parish. And it hurts.
The degree of trauma that somebody like this goes through is probably indescribable, and it's something I can't imagine. So I would certainly ask that we all, keep her in our thoughts and prayers.
I can't believe this took place. The bad thing about it, it's a blood relatives that I helped raise.